We want to turn now to Terri Gruca in Austin to pick up our coverage talking about people who are working from home.
Absolutely, Jason. You know, while only essential businesses are open, so many of us are now working from home. And with schools closed, our kids are at home also studying and doing their schoolwork online at home. So how do we make the most of work while balancing life as a parent? That's our next topic as Texas comes together.
Of us are working from home than ever before. Zoom reports more than 200 million people are using its video calling services every day. Even your kids may make an appearance doing a conference call.
I'm trying to do the interview and my kids is back.
Governor Abbott has shut down schools until May 4th.
Let's stay hitched because this journey is going to teach us some lessons.
Parents, you've had to figure out how to get your work done and somehow still homeschool at the same time.
I just wish I want to go back now. I'm bored.
It's a balancing act, and let's be real, it can be overwhelming. Tonight, how to get your work and schoolwork done at the same time.
Joining us now to help us find some serenity while working from home is Sarah Kaprowski. She is Keller ISD's Executive Director of Curriculum and Instruction, and she's become a work school from home guru herself. Hi, Sarah. Thanks for being here.
Hi. Thank you for having me.
We also have Sandy Jones. She's from Someday Organizing. She's a professional organizer. I could use you, Sandy. And she's going to give us some helpful information on how to get our lives together and all of this. We appreciate you being here. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Now you're going to get a chance to ask your questions, so text those to the number that you see on your screen, 214-977-6028. We want you to include your first name and the city you're messaging from so that we can get to as many of them in our short time here together tonight. So, Sarah, let me start with you. I know you've got some great tips here, and you've made it pretty easy for us because they all start with R's, which I know helps a lot of us right now because we're in information overload for sure. The first one is realistic work expectations. What do you mean by that?
Right. So realistic work expectations are going to meet the needs of your family and child. So this is going to look different at home. Whereas an elementary student may only be working 1 to 2 hours a day of classwork broken up throughout the day. And a middle school student, high school student may be able to maintain 5 to 8 hours throughout the day. But we want parents to focus on not recreating a classroom schedule. We know you're at home and it has to look different.
Speaking of that, Sandy, I know all of our homes are a little bit different, and having the kids working alongside us can be really difficult if you don't have the space. So some of that is creating realistic work expectations when it comes to the space. How do we do that?
Well, I think starting out with not having it in your bedroom or at the dining table is a good idea. And setting up an area in your home that really matches your work area that you had previously. Having a desk, having a computer, having light, having a door if possible. Setting it up so that you are removed from all distractions if possible.
Really tough to do. I've got 3 kids, so I've got my 3 kids working alongside me. It can be really challenging for sure. Sarah, you also mentioned read, read, read. So how much should we be having our children read?
Right. So children are coming out of an environment that has been saturated with language. So if anything else, expose them to literature, books, vocabulary, and conversation. This could be talking every night at the dining room table or going on a walk and naming new things that they see, but just that constant exposure to literature.
Sandy, I would think from an organizing standpoint, it's important to have books kind of in an area that your kids can get without needing you. Is there a trick to that?
Again, I think it's about setting up each family member for success and for convenience and simplification. So if you can set up an area for your children where they can do their schoolwork, they can do their personal reading, they can do their personal tasks, that respects everybody's boundaries and kind of need for space in the home and need for personal space and quiet when they need it would be ideal. Yeah.
Sarah, the third topic that you brought up was be ready. What do you mean by that?
Right. So I had to learn this one the hard way. So mornings are stressful, especially with children at home and trying to work a full-time job. realize that getting ready the night before is so very important, and even alongside your child. So right now we get ready at night, making sure technology is charged, pencils are sharpened, everything he has is ready for the day to make the morning go a whole lot smoother for learning.
Sandy, I would think this goes not just when it comes to schoolwork and our own work life at home, but even meals and things like that. Are there things we can do, like in our kitchen, to get ready for the next day?
Yeah, I absolutely echo what she says. Anything that you can do to plan ahead the night before to set yourself up ready for success the next day is the way to go. And absolutely, one of the things a lot of moms are saying to me is that I buy snacks and they're gone in a day. And so I recommend that you set aside snacks for the day by each person, kind of like packing a lunchbox. And this is the snacks for the day, and this eliminates grazing throughout the day and just burning through everything. But anything that you can do like that, prepare in advance the night before, and everybody knows what the expectations are, is really beneficial.
Great tips. Sarah, the last one you said was, I think, a really important one, and that is remembering grace, because we are really all juggling so much right now.
Mm-hmm. That is so true. So giving yourself grace. A lot of us woke up and then the next morning we were homeschool teachers and working full-time jobs. So not every morning is going to go the way you woke up and thought it would. So give yourself grace, patience, and give grace to others during this time.
We're all in this together for sure.
Right.
David joins us now with some of your viewer questions. And David, I know your family's juggling too right now.
Everyone's juggling. There's so many great questions here. I'm going to try to put a couple of them together for us here. And this one is for, I guess, for Sarah. Some questions about, some people say they should dress up or wear appropriate work clothes when they're doing their work from home. What kind of frame of mind should people be in when they're like going to work and it only takes them a minute to get there?
Right. I personally have kept my routine. I enjoy getting up early and getting myself ready and going to work. And that has really helped my mindset of a professional setting and engaging and being ready for the workday and continuing on with what has to be accomplished.
And Sandy, a question about, I guess this is maybe gets into your area of organization, but structuring your day and making sure that you are kind of have break times inside of a day. Is that something that you could just put on a blackboard and say, hey, we're all going to follow this schedule?
Well, I think ideally if you sit with your family or with your spouse and yourself and create an ideal schedule to start with, that would be great, but allowing a lot of room for flexibility. And I think the schedule is really important, and it's particularly important to work breaks into your day and that there is a time to shut down your laptop at the end of the day. It's easy for us, particularly a person who lives home alone, to work well into the night and to overwork themselves. So to set boundaries and schedules for yourself, absolutely.
Such a great point. We are seemingly working almost harder, many of us are right now.